Welcome back to my online video tutorial series. At the end of this video, you should know how to find the true length of a lamina and the angle it makes with the horizontal plane. A lamina is basically a material which has no thickness. Here we have the front elevation and the plan of a lamina. So our objective is to find the true length of the lamina here. To find the true shape of this lamina, first we would need to draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line from A across here. At the point where it cuts here, we bring this line vertically down to cut the corresponding side here. So this now becomes, then we join from here, join this point to A. So this becomes the true length of this line. The next step is to extend this line outward. Then offset this line or draw a parallel line from this line out to this end and then that end. All right, so let me repeat. The first thing to do is to draw a horizontal line from point A. At a point where it meets here, we draw a vertical line down to cut the plan. At the point where it cuts the plan, we join that point to A. Once we have done that, we then extend this line outward here at this point. The next step is to draw parallel lines relative to this line that we have generated at point C and point B. Once you have done that, the next step is to construct or to generate a perpendicular line, a random perpendicular line here, this line. After that, the next step is to generate this. This is the view. The top is an auxiliary view of this, right? So the next step is to get these points. So to get this line, to get these points, we transfer this distance. So transfer this distance, B distance on from this reference point, we transfer this distance from here on the B lines. From here to here, we transfer that distance from here on this line. Next, we go across to A. We then transfer this distance on the A line, which is here. Then transfer that distance here. From here, from this point here, up to here. We then go to C and we transfer this distance from the XY line, this distance from here onto this line. And that should generate a straight line. If it doesn't generate a straight line, something is incorrect. Once you have generated this, the next step is to produce another auxiliary view for that. To do that, we draw a perpendicular, we construct or generate perpendicular lines relative to this line at these points. So we generate a perpendicular line here, one perpendicular line here, and our final perpendicular line here. Once you have done that, our next step is to establish a datum line. So we draw a line parallel to this, parallel. And this line must be perpendicular to these lines. Our next step here is to clean up here a bit. Our next step is to Our next step is to transfer from this line, transfer these distance. So we then transfer this distance from this line, this reference line here, transfer this distance. So B, transfer B here on this line. Then transfer A from here, this distance, transfer that distance from here on this line. Then transfer this distance onto this line. Once you have done that, the next step is to join A, B, and C. This now becomes the true length. So the true length of side BC is this distance. AC is this distance. AB is that distance. The next step, the second part to this question, is to establish the angle it makes with the horizontal plane. The angle that the true shape makes with the horizontal plane is the angle that is formed here. The angle that is generated here. This angle. So this line must be perpendicular to this. And that's basically all you will see. There are cases where you might be asked to state the length of these. So in that case, you would measure these and state the length for each true length. And that's basically how we generate this. In my next video, I'll show you exactly how this is done. I will draw this.